There is a moment every cat owner knows your cat is curled beside you, purring softly, completely at ease. Your hand moves gently through its fur. Everything feels calm, safe, connected, and then, without warning, it bites you, not hard enough to injure, but just enough to confuse you. He would an animal that seems full of affection suddenly do something that feels almost like betrayal. For years, people have brushed it off. Cats are unpredictable, cats are moody, but what if that moment is not random at all? What if that bite is actually one of the most honest forms of communication your cat hasn't? What if you have been misunderstanding it your entire life? Most people believe this behavior is simply or cat was enjoying the attention, and then suddenly it was not a mood swing, a glitch in temperament. But that explanation has a problem. When researchers began closely observing domestic cats in controlled environments, they noticed something unusual. The bite almost never came without warning. High-speed video analysis revealed subtle signals that appeared seconds before the bite: a flick of the tail, a slight twitch in the skin, ears rotating just slightly, backward signals so small most humans never noticed them. This raises an uncomfortable question. What if your cat did not suddenly change its mind? What if it was communicating the entire time and you simply did not understand the language? To understand this behavior, we need to step inside the cat's body. Cats have highly sensitive nerve endings beneath their skin, especially along the back and tail. Behavioral studies in feline neurology suggest that repeated petting can trigger something known as petting-induced overstimulation. At first, the sensation feels good, even calming, but as stimulation continues, those same nerve signals begin to intensify. Pleasure slowly transforms into irritation, not instantly and not dramatically, but gradually, like a volume knob being turned to high. Here is where it becomes even more interesting. Purring does not stop. Because purring is not only a sign of happiness. Research has shown that cats also purr when they are stressed, injured, or trying to soothe themselves, as it is a built-in regulatory mechanism that helps calm their nervous system. So, in that moment, your cat may be experiencing two opposing sensations at once: comfort and discomfort, and the bite is where biology turns into communication. For surprising discovery, visual shows a mother cat gently biting a kitten during grooming. Compared to human interaction narration, in the natural world, cats communicate boundaries differently than humans do. A mother cat grooming her kittens often uses gentle bits not to harm, but to correct and guide. That is a way of saying that is a nugget. Among adult cats, this behavior continues. A quick, controlled bite is not aggression, it is language, erect, efficient, honest. There is the surprising part: when your cat bites you during petting, it may actually be treating you like another cat, not an outsider and not a threat, but part of its social world. Bite is not rejection, it is inclusion, spoken in a language we rarely take the time to understand. Cats live in a balance between two powerful instincts: the desire for connection and the need for control. Unlike dogs, whose social systems evolved around cooperation and hierarchies, evolve as solitary hunters. Trust for a cat is not automatic, it is earned slowly and carefully, and a cat allows you to pet it, especially in vulnerable areas. It is taking a risk. As the interaction continues, something subtle begins to happen. The longer the moment lasts, the more vulnerable the cat feels. Even if the experience started as pleasurable, this creates an internal conflict. Cat enjoys the sensation, but also needs to maintain control. Bite becomes a reset, way to regain control without breaking the connection. It is precise, measured, intentional. Once you see it this way, that small bite becomes something entirely different. It becomes a boundary and possibly even a sign of trust. This understanding changes everything about how you see your cat. That bite is not a failure in your relationship, it is communication, clear and honest. It also means your cat has been giving you signals long before the bite happens: tail flicking faster, the ears shifting slightly backward, the skin rippling under your hand. These are not random movements, they are message running, spoken quietly. Few learn to notice them. Something remarkable happens. Bite dispersonate because your cat has changed, but because you have finally understood. This is where the relationship transforms. Just stop seeing your cat as unpredictable, start seeing it as precise, intentional, and deeply expressive. There is something deeply beautiful about this: an animal that cannot speak still communicates with such clarity if we are willing to. Listen, truth is your cat was never. Confusing it was never unpredictable. It was speaking a language built on sensation, instinct, and emotion, a language that does not rely on words, but on awareness. Next time your cat curls beside you and begins to purr, pay attention. Notice the smallest changes, the quiet signals, the almost invisible shifts. Because in that moment, just before the bite, your cat is telling you something important to go away, and not that it is angry, but something far more subtle. I trust you, but do not forget who I am. And maybe the real mystery is not why cats bite while purring, but how often we have mistaken honesty for unpredictability.